Hello, and welcome back to Mindfully Rich Podcast, your weekly mindful look at life and finances with a twist. I'm your host, Richie, and y'all already know how I start off the episode. Got to give y'all the big ups. Thank you so much for listening. Y'all continue to listen, tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another friend. I need all the listeners, okay? And if you like the content, because I hear that all the time, I love the content. If you love it, please make sure you're sharing it. We're trying to build the community. You know, I want y'all to be my little Richies. Like, seriously, let's build this community up. I told y'all last week, I finally started an IG page for the podcast. So I'm on IG as mindfully_rich_podcast. Go check that out. I know I still got lots of people that's following me personally on IG, but if y'all can go ahead and get on to the podcast page, that way we can build the community up. We can start having our lives, our chats, different things like that. You know, so far it's like 20 something of us. You know, we small but mighty, just because I didn't know that I would have all the listeners that I've had right now. So I'm just excited to have one person listening. So as y'all continue to follow me, we'll start doing more things on the podcast page. So once again, thank you, and make sure you're sharing and follow the podcast page. So last week we had the Understanding Money Relationship episode. This was such a good episode to me, but a lot of people, some people didn't get it. They didn't understand what the money relationship is. And I believe that in your financial journey, as you become one with your finances, you understand this a little bit more. Y'all got to understand, money is taboo for a lot of people. So I know there's not going to be lots of people that's just like screaming praises to the podcast, just because a lot of people don't like to hear about these things. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to continue talking about it, just because I love talking about money. I love getting finances together. I am the money girl, you know, and so I want to make sure that I am being that light to, you know, enlighten you on your own life, enlighten you on situations that I've been through, enlighten you on the 14 years of banking that I've been through, to see people go through different situations, and something that can assist you in your own life. And that's the reason why I do this podcast, strictly to help, to make sure that I'm giving you some new insight and giving you new perspective so that you can, you know, live a financially free life. So make sure, if you haven't checked that episode out, I almost lost my train of thought. I do that sometimes. I'd be like, squirrel. If you haven't checked out episode 16, make sure you go back, listen to that. We are on the 17th episode, and I'm super, super excited about it. I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all right now, I still haven't figured out exactly how the segments are going to work. So currently, we're only going to stick with the Mindful Money Minutes, which is where we get into our music topic for our music inspiration for our topic. And so this week, I wanted to go with, we're going to keep it a little light, Travis McCoy's featuring Bruno Mars, Billionaire. I know y'all remember this song. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. Yep, that's me, you know, trying to sing a little bit. It's late. Y'all don't even know how late it is. It's like after midnight. I'm making this episode. But this week we are going to call this episode, I Want to Be a Billionaire episode. That's it. Point blank, period. Just because, how many of y'all want to be a billionaire? I know lots of y'all say, I want to be a millionaire, but how many of y'all want to be a billionaire? How many of y'all want to be trillionaires? The thing that I want to say about this is we probably all have aspirations to have money, right? Some of us are little thousandaires right now. You know, I get it. I understand. But when we're talking about what you want to be in your money life, where you want to be, how much you want to make, how much you want to keep, because that's all money is how much money you're able to keep. If we spending as much money as we make, then we're not keeping nothing. And so I challenge a lot of people, when you say that you want something in your life, and this can go with any area of your life, but because I focus on the money, we finna talk about the money, honey. Okay? So if you do want to be a billionaire, what are you doing now in your thousandaire life, or in whatever air life you're in right now? What are you doing right now that would prepare you for the life of being a billionaire, being a millionaire, being whatever income bracket it is that you want to be in. Just because preparation and planning are very important in your financial life. And I've realized in my years of working with money and working with people to assist them in their own, spending life, a lot of people don't prepare and they don't plan. I believe that we can have all of the things that we want to have. We can also start saving all the money that we want to save if we were able to better prepare ourselves. Because think about it like this. When you're cooking a meal, right? Say you about to sit down and you about to cook a Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know why I thought of Thanksgiving, but hey, let's throw Thanksgiving dinner in there, right? There's different ingredients that you need to have in order to make certain dishes, right? If you don't have those ingredients to make those dishes, you got to go back out to the store. If you're making macaroni and cheese, you got to have cheese. That's one of the most important one of the most important ingredients for that meal. And if you don't have it, you run it back and forth to the store. So thinking about that analogy, if you're preparing a meal, there has to be certain ingredients. When we're looking at our financial life, there are certain ingredients that we need, certain preparation type things that we need to do in order to get us to where it is that we need to be. And I want y'all to think about that, just because if we do want to be in a certain spot and have a certain amount of money at a certain point in our life or at a certain time, because you should always put time frames on what it is that you want to do. How are we planning for that? How are we preparing ourselves? What am I doing in my life now? Because this is the thing. I can't give you $1 million or $1 billion right now. And if you're not properly preparing or properly budgeting your money, spending right, things like that, you're not going to automatically just change that up soon as you get some money in your hands. That's not how that works. You have to prepare for whatever it is for the position that it is that you want to be in. So if you are bad with money now, you're going to be bad with money when you get a lot of it. Y'all may not know this. I don't know if y'all watch those lottery winners on TV. Well, we get a chance to see that these people have won the lottery and then in a year or so, it's gone. I think BET had a show. They still probably have this show, but it's Blew a Bag. I believe it's Blew a Bag or whatever, right? And so on this show, these people are talking about how they accumulated a lot of money and how they went through that money so quick, y'all, like it was water, just down the drain. And so I want us to think about that in an instance of, if I do want to be a billionaire, what am I doing now to prepare myself for when I do make that kind of money? And I tell people this even in my workshops right now, when they make, say, 50,000, 60,000, 70, 100, 200, when they are looking for that next promotion. If you're the person that's always spending all the money that you get, every promotion that you make, you're mismanaging your money now, you're going to mismanage your money when you get a lot of money. And so I just want y'all to think about that for a second, because I don't know who I'm talking to. I sound like a pastor right now. I'm like, this message for you. So I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I really do want y'all to look at that. Whatever it is that you want, you do have to plan and you have to prepare. And planning, that is the most important P word in my budgeting life, just because I found when I plan more, when I plan for the trips, when I plan for the things that I want to purchase, when I plan for my grocery list, when I do all of that planning for the preparation of whatever it is that it's about to be done, I end up better. I don't feel that anxiety or anything like that, because I don't feel like I don't know exactly where my money is going or I'm spending too much money here. I know exactly what's going on because I did all the planning that goes into play in order to get what it is that I needed to get. And so this week is really going to be just a short episode, just because I know a lot of y'all want the money. We all want the money, shoot. But what you going to do when you get it? So I challenge you now in your own financial lives. What are you doing right now to prepare you for the next level that you're trying to achieve? What are you going to do when you get that promotion, when you finally start making more money? How are you going to prepare yourself that you're able to keep some of that money that you've just gotten? How are you going to prepare yourself when you do start making all them dollars that you plan on making? Is there a plan in place? I just said the plan word again. Is there a plan in place? So that way you don't mismanage the money. You want to make sure that you're fiscally responsible over a small amount before you get a big amount. And that's biblical. So, put a period on that, okay? So that's all I really just wanted to talk to y'all about. Nothing too long. I wanted this to be a real, just laid back, inspirational kind of episode where you get a chance to think about if you do want to be a billionaire, if that's your story, if that's what you're thinking right now, what are you doing in your current financial life that's going to prepare you for those raises, that's going to get you to that point. And y'all, that is it. This is probably one of the shortest episodes that I have ever did. Like I said, I'm still trying to get the segments together. I want y'all to send in questions, but I'm trying to arrange the segments at this point. So I'm not too sure exactly how we're going to get that done, but we're going to get it done. Next week, I'm going to have a longer episode for y'all because I'm still writing and getting all the information for that one together. This one's a little shorter this week because it has been a tiring week. I'm super, super excited. I'm a part of the Bold Speaker Series, so I'm going to be the MC for the event if you're listening to this on Wednesday. So today, check out Bold Speaker Series. If you don't know what it is a wonderful experience that I believe that everyone needs to get. I call it an amplified TED Talk and a counseling session that you didn't know that you needed. So once again, on IG, if you want to check them out, they're at Bold Speaker Series. And I will be the MC for the event going on tonight. So I'm super excited about that. I am going to throw in some shows that I've been watching. The Chi just came back on. Me being from Chicago, of course, I have to watch it. Oh my God, y'all, the episode is just freaking amazing. I can't wait for the next episode to come on. But I'm kind of going on a tangent at this moment. But until next time, y'all, when I hit you with another one.